If you've ever used a smartphone, you know that it may be used for a variety of purposes. There's Facebook, Instagram, Gmail, and YouTube. Code written by the firm is used in all of these applications as a way for you to get to know their businesses. Well, the workings of a DApp or decentralized application are pretty much the same. The difference is that instead of sending information to the servers at Facebook or TikTok, the blockchain receives updates from this app. You're just using the app to communicate with the blockchain. Welcome to Altcoin Bull, the most popular crypto educational channel on YouTube. In this section, we use analogies, tales, and examples to teach cryptocurrency-related concepts. In this video, we're going to discuss precisely what a DApp or decentralized application is, how they function, and why they can be the key to the future of technology. To begin, let's take a look at some of the advantages of decentralized applications. After that, we'll go over the many varieties using several particular instances to support my points. The first thing to understand is that decentralized applications can be created on smart contract networks. This means that the app cannot be used on a blockchain like Bitcoin. Bitcoin was created with the intention of only allowing the transmission of its own currency. Ethereum, on the other hand, make use of smart contracts, which are pieces of code that make up a program that can be run to do more complex tasks. To avoid being confused during this video, you should see our video on smart contracts. In a nutshell, they let two individuals form a code-based agreement without having to rely on a third party to carry it out. They can merely rely on the programming. Another advantage is that the code is available to run. It is open source, which implies that anybody may examine the code. This allows the application to be trusted a lot more. We cannot truly examine how Facebook suggests friends for us to engage with, or how Google knows what we had for supper. However, with any smart contract, we can examine the code and understand how it functions. This has a significant advantage over centralized apps. Furthermore, the apps are censorship resistant. This is a fancy way of stating they are not accountable to governments, businesses, or even specific individuals. Nobody can stop a smart contract from doing what it's programmed to do once it's been activated. Naturally, there are benefits of drawbacks to this. However, it is critical for financial applications. Nobody can take control of your money this way. Governments who have done a lot of awful things in the past have had complete control over their citizens' money. There have also been instances where Facebook or Twitter have effectively banned or censored individuals based on their beliefs or viewpoints, unless explicitly programmed to. A decentralized application will not enable this. Another significant advantage of decentralized apps is that they will never go offline. There have been occasions when I've seen Facebook or YouTube go down due to a problem in their servers, an outage, or simply because they don't work. Because there's so much money at stake, it's generally just for a short time. But the government could potentially come in and shut them down. Because DApps are run by hundreds of thousands of computers all over the world and run on the blockchain, they will never go down. Turning them all off would be impossible, if not possible. So now you know what makes DApps so interesting. Let's have a look at some instances. To begin, let's look into financial DApps. There are a lot of decentralized applications that allows individuals to invest in something called decentralized finance. Decentralized finance, or DeFi, is a revolutionary monetary system that employs blockchain technology to enable investors to do new and even old things with their money while reaping a slew of new rewards. Let's have a look at how a DApp may spend your money. Borrowing and lending are atop of the list. As a result, Aave is a platform that allows users to deposit Ethereum or Matic tokens into smart contracts. You may get an interest rate on these currencies and tokens whenever you deposit them, essentially allowing you to invest with them. Aave also allows you to borrow tokens if you have sufficient collateral already placed. Without getting into too much detail, This enables you to borrow at various interest rates and even establish specialized margin positions. If you're interested in learning more about Aave, we've made a film on the subject. The second step is to provide liquidity. Providing liquidity is a hard concept, but we'll break it down for you. To summarize, there isn't much money in the tokens that may be traded. As a result, investors may purchase these tokens and then invest them in a liquidity pool. This allows other individuals to swap their tokens back and forth. The traders pay a tiny commission, which allows the investors to profit from their investment. It's a win-win situation for everyone. Exchanges are number 3. One of the challenges in the decentralized financial realm, as indicated, is allowing traders to find a mechanism to really purchase and sell their tokens. Exchanges are decentralized programs that enable traders to exchange part of their tokens for another, usually for extremely minimal cost and practically instantly, with no requirement for background checks or identification verification. That was a mouthful, but what it implies is that you may sell $1 million worth of Ethereum and no one will blink or ask any questions. By the way, these exchanges are referred to as DEXs or decentralized exchanges. On the horizon, there's a lot to look forward to. We have DApps for games. There will be, without a doubt, be games because programmers are the ones who create these DApps. They'll find a way to make the area more gamified. The first is CryptoKitties. CryptoKitties is a decentralized software that lets you purchase these adorable cats. In technical terms, you're purchasing the NFT data of rights to that specific token, which represents the kitty. However, the most enjoyable aspect of this game is the ability to acquire a large number of cute kittens. They may even be bred to produce additional kittens. The elder generation kittens are generally the most prized in society. If you play the game long enough, you may be able to sell them for a profit or a loss. Even worse, you may rent out your cat to procreate with someone else's kitten on the blockchain as a bizarre type of passive revenue. Number 2. There's a game called Zrun. Zed is a gambling app in the strictest sense of the word. Since you're buying NFTs that look like racing horses, you're going to race them. Every horse has its own set of abilities and a point system. Every race is also documented on the blockchain. As a result, you'll be able to observe all of the races, including the ones in which your horses have won or lost, because it's blended the psychological pulse of gambling with the virality of a blockchain game. This game went viral for a while. Number 3. It is essentially a game of chance. So in the same way that Zed is technically a gambling app, there is a huge array of blockchain gaming websites available, all of which are theoretically decentralized. You may use the apps to play games like poker, slots, and roulettes, as well as simpler games like dice rolling and coin tossing. In reality, these applications are programmable. The house always comes out on top, even if it's only by 1%. People enjoy playing these games. Tracking apps is the next category we'll look at. Many applications now exist that read smart contract data and information from the blockchain and show it to you. Although technically decentralized, these apps are frequently centralized and hosted on a single web server. Most scenarios do not necessitate the use of blockchain-specific programming. They do, however, read data from the blockchain. Thus, we decided they deserve to be included on the list. Zapper.fi. Zapper.fi is a website that gathers information about the wallets you own and shows it all on a single page. It will not only check all of the main DApps to see how much money or coins you have, it'll work for a variety of networks as well. One of my favorites is Zapper.fi, which is free to use and allows me to see a dashboard of my whole blockchain portfolio in one spot. You should be aware that there are several programs similar to Zapper.fi, but we thought we'd share the one we use. Marketplace is the next category. The first is CryptoKitties. Despite the fact that we place CryptoKitties under the gaming category, it is deserving of its own category in the marketplace. In the previous several years, CryptoKitties have shown to be an asset that people have gone crazy for. Some of these CryptoKitties prices have risen, and their DApp, which enables you to purchase and trade these NFT kittens, is paving the way for widespread acceptance. Rarible. Rarible is the second item on the list. Rarible and Air NFTs are two NFT markets that enable you to purchase, sell, and even create new NFT art to sell. These platforms or programs make the process easier and allow engagement with the blockchain, making it accessible to the average person. Finally, an example of a market app, there is Bidali. Bidali is a decentralized software that lets you buy goods with your cryptocurrency. One of the most popular goods is gift cards, which they can give discreetly and fast. Always keep this in mind anytime you buy something using cryptocurrency, at least in the United States. It's now being advertised as a deal. As a result, you are required to pay taxes. Although Bidali does not file tax returns with the IRS, you are responsible for the debt. You can see what we're talking about right here. Anyway, let's get this over with before we get ourselves into trouble. Now we'll move on to the next area, education. So while this is only a preliminary statement, we are now working on turning our website into a decentralized application. Through your MetaMask wallet, you may do quizzes, view movies, read articles, and earn XP. Once you've gained enough expertise, you may use our platform to mint limited edition NFTs. If you're interested in being an early tester, leave a mark. ENS is a last-minute DApp that doesn't exactly fit into any of these categories. The Ethereum name service is abbreviated as ENS. We have a whole video dedicated to describing how it works. In a nutshell, ENS converts lengthy Ethereum addresses into whatever address you choose. For example, we control altcoinbull.eth, thus any money or tokens you transfer there will be sent out to our wallet. Now, as we mentioned in the video, the categories we listed are only the most important ones we wanted to discuss. This is a very young sector, and new DApps are being developed on a daily basis. One of the highest paying positions this year is blockchain developer, simply because a lot of money is being thrown into the field, and there aren't enough individuals who know how to code. The possibilities are endless. We are convinced that this area has a lot of room for beneficial development, some of the finest programmers who will ever exist. I hope you've been inspired by our videos. At the very least, that's our objective. Once again, this is the Altcoin Bull channel, bringing you the best and most updated news and trends in the crypto world. If you liked the video, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Thank you and see you in the next one.